out the sounds right here at Go Live Vegas Studios in the heart of Las Vegas. I just came off a DJ job. Yeah, this is Go Live Vegas Studios. This show is called Full Tilt Vegas. This is episode 63, or should I say 63. Anyway, you can get my book. It's in the book Winning Ways. I'm Eric. He's going to be a comedian today. So anyway, go ahead and eat that burrito, and Raquel doesn't know about it, so we'll be all right. She's not watching. So anyway, you can get that book on Amazon, Google Play, Barnes & Noble. It's on blackjack, craps, and roulette. Yeah, you can. It's on all the three games. If you want to see anything about horse racing, you can go to Delatory 360 Entertainment, and you can see all my shows on horse racing, 7 through 10. Anything on roulette. What is it? Keno. You can. That's episode 1, 6. I can't remember the other one, but anyway. But you can just go to Delatory 360 Entertainment and look at the titles, and those titles will be on. If you're interested in blackjack, you'll see the titles there, and you'll know it's on blackjack, craps. And I got the tiny little videos. Me and Gypsy G, we filmed those at what was her school here, one of the Vegas schools here. I was gonna have her come on, and I guess she's too shy to come on. Maybe I'll re-ask her if she wants to come on. The school's probably doing better because there's a little bit of movement in the town with a couple new casinos. There might be casinos probably halting on that for dealers because, there is a recession coming. JP Morgan even mentioned it. I think it was yesterday morning. Just announced it. So kind of hold on to your money. You want to come to Vegas, you want to play smart, get this book. It'll teach you percentages and ratios, good and bad bets, and that way you'll be able to spend your money a little bit better. Okay, this episode's going to be on, I know I've done it on proposition bets before. This is part 2. I'm going to say it's part 2 because I'm trying to remember where part 1 was. It was very early on. So, yeah, I'm gonna do on the reason why I'm gonna do this on proposition bets because I was at crap table during the week. I think it was I don't know if it was a Tuesday, and there was a guy playing 12. He kept betting $1 on 12, and he was telling his buddy, that this bet is a good bet, and because it pays 12 to 1. And I couldn't take it. So I said, excuse me, yeah, that bet actually, it pays, what did I say, 12? No, 30 to 1. I said that pays 30 for 1. So you're going to get 29 back. So, and he goes, what do you mean? I says, well, you got to look at it because a lot of people do say that to the bet, for the bet. Is that Pat gambling anyway? I can barely read that. Sorrows? Yeah, Sorrows. Yeah. Let me see. I can see clear with this side, and this one's a little bit blurry. Because I had a cataract done here, so this one's better than this one. So anyway, yeah, welcome. You guys on Twitter. If you guys want to call in, I like to have you going one-on-one. I would like to hear what you got to say. The tweets are good. But I would love to. You have a question on blackjack, craps, roulette, slot machines, Keno, poker, horse racing. I have a very vast knowledge of these games because my uncle, like I said, took me to the track when I was 12 years old. I was hooked on horses. It was Del Mar. Del Mar's my favorite track, and Saratoga's my second. And every year we went back. My uncle would take me back to the track, and I didn't know what I was doing. He'd bet for me. He'd give me the money to bet, so I bet. Oh shit, Aaron, we need to put that number up. What is it? 855? I can never remember that number. 855. I got to see it. Yeah, 855-502-4321. you got any questions on any of the gambling, go ahead and you can call me. I'll answer as best at my knowledge. Like I said, my knowledge goes back, God, I don't know, 35 years, somewhere around there, 32, 35. It's if you go on episode 7, horse racing, I actually told everybody, because I'm not ashamed of it. I told them that I had a real problem. I had a gambling problem, really, really bad. I mean, real bad. So, and I actually it was through horse racing, which horse racing is very addictive, very, very addictive. Is because you with a $2 or $1, if you get the right combinations of horses, you can make a ton of money. I mean, it's incredible, some of the money. That's why people get hooked on horse racing, because the money is incredible. And then even if you lose 4 or 5 races in a row, which I've done a lot of times, I'd make it up with one race, just one race. I'll make it all back up and maybe more. And then sometimes I might hit another race or two, and I'll explain that in the episode 7 through 10 on Delatory 360 Entertainment. And I'll explain to you how to make these bets that you don't have to play every race. It's called playing pat. In other words, you're watching the race and you don't have to play it. You're checking out your handicapping, watching the way the track is playing, the percentage, the splits, where your horse is at, where your horses are at, and you see the splits, and that way you could kind of know when the race is when the race is over, you kind of know how fast they went and where your horse was at the time. And if some horse come and beat you, where was that horse? You look back at the replay and see the horse where he's at, and look at the times, and then you'll know if the track is a front running track or the track comes off the pace, or when horses are sitting right off. You'll know, and believe me, it'll turn your handicapping totally, turn it around. Trust me. I made some pretty good money horse racing. I mean, I've lost money, but I won some really good money with a small amount of dollar. But you know, that's just horse racing, and those are just horse. I got so many horse racing stories, but this is not horse racing today. But what I'm saying is that you can, if you know what you're doing, you can make some pretty good money, even if you lose money in the beginning. So I guess my record is $5,700 in one day. That's what I won in one day. I was hitting everything. I was on fire. I was so hot that day, man. I had a couple of friends that I knew there. They kept asking me. There's a couple of the races that I needed to win. They already said, you're going to win those races, because they knew they're a pretty good handicap. They knew how the track is playing, and they say, you know what, you got one hell of a chance of catching those next 2 races, which I ended up hitting the pick 3 and the pick 4. The pick 4 actually paid pretty good, and but that's just horse racing. It just go to the episode 7 through 10, and you'll learn everything you want to know about horse racing. But anyway, I admit it in 7. I don't care. I just told her, because I was a sick puppy. I used to wake up. You know how people wake up with a cold sweat? I used to wake up. The track. What horse? Where am I at? Golden Gate. Oh shit! I'm in my bed. I was a sick puppy. Didn't pay was behind on, sometimes behind on my. Normally I wasn't really behind on my rent or my house payment, because I knew I didn't want to get kicked out. But my car payment, oh my God, sometimes I let it go 2 weeks over, but I just pay the fine. Credit cards are practically maxed out. I made pretty good money though. I used to make $700 a week, so I made pretty good money. So I'm gonna lock the door so your wife can't be. Well, I thought somebody gave me a. We can't talk about that. That's Aaron. He's our technical director. He's doing very well. He's going to get a beating tonight. Is what's going to happen. So anyway, these prop bets. Well, anyway, get back to what that guy was saying. And I told him, I go, do you know this is a 4 table? He goes, what does that mean? I said, there are 2 tables. A lot of the strips, they're 4 formats. In other words, they're 4 to the bet, not 2 the bet. So whatever bet you make, it's to that bet, and then you can save money down if you win and you get your original denomination. I don't care if it's $1, $5, $100. It doesn't matter. A 4 table is for the bet, so it doesn't matter. If you win, they're going to minus whatever denomination you're going to bet. So if you bet $1, why you got that way over there? Oh, what did it say? Clout? Gonna gamble all my $3 million. I can't read that last word. Yeah, so I would, well, if you want to call in. But anyway, so, and I'm wearing my Circa shirt. I got this comped. I got a lot of stuff comped there. But every time I post, it's a gamble. Yeah, I know. Anyway, I appreciate you guys calling. Brett's not coming today. He's got a stomach flu or probably ate too many burritos like Aaron here. So I can't wait. The wife. Anyway, yeah, so I told the guy, says, hey, if you do that mathematically, since you're betting it and you're not winning, just keep betting. But this is a 4 format. So if you bet 30 times over, you're what is it? 20. Sometimes I can barely remember. It's either 30. See, 29. You bet, 29 time. If you win on your 29 time, ask for your dollar down, and you'll break out even. If you go over, you're in the casino. So now sometimes I tell people. You're so far into it. If you want to bet a couple more times, it's up to you, because if you bet 5 more times, that's $5 more. But if you do it within the $5, the $5. If you win, you get back at least 29 of those dollars. So you're only a whole $6. But it's up to you. So he thought it was really interesting, and he asked me a couple other questions about the prop bets, and I was telling him that I use them to hedge bet, and that's the other thing I'm going to talk about, hedge betting on proposition bets. And then I was telling me the ace, deuce, and the 11's the same thing. If it's a 2 table, you got to win it within the 15 times, and then ask for your dollar down. If you win it the 15th time, the 16th time, and you ask for the dollar down, you're still in the casino for $1. You have to do these things mathematically. All these games are math, but it's simple math. It's not hard math. It's simple math. All these percentage and ratios, I got them in my head. Like I said, I think it was 4 episodes back. I study them probably, I try to study them once a week, once every 2 weeks. I haven't studied them in it's probably been 2 months. But I still kind of remember the ones I'm talking about tonight. There's some that are really tough, because, believe me, I can take one number and there's different percentages and ratios on that one number because it's a different bet. But I have them all down in my head. Like the lay bet, if you want to lay bet on a crap table, 4 and 10, that's 2.44%. The 5 and 9, that's 3.23%, and 6 and 8 are 4%. Those are lay numbers, but then those change when the house makes those in the long run. That's what they make in the long run. So in other words, out of $100, they make $2.44 off of 4 and 10 in the long run. But if you win, it drops down to 2.67%. So you can see that number, same 2 numbers, same lay bet, but now you won it. So the house percentage as money drops. So, but I got all those in my head. And the reason why I told this before in episode 2 with Gypsy G, the reason why I like to know these things, because like I said before, I get mathematicians that come up to the crap table. And I love when they come up to the table. I love it, because they're spitting out all these calculations. I'm looking at them. It's simple math. I know they're doing it differently, a different equation, and a lot of times they're off. And I'm going to tell you why they're off. Not because they're dumb. If I went in their classroom, I would be like I was in kindergarten, and they'd be laughing at me. But on the crap table, you're in my class. Because mathematicians, if they don't understand the ratios of the dice, how many combinations are a set of dice, and what the probabilities are of that number coming up, their math is going to be off. I've talked to a few. They're really friendly, and I adjusted their whatever their well, I guess the way of thinking. It's not their calculation. I don't even know what they're talking about, because I do understand kind of what they're saying, but it goes right over my head because it's simple math. It's not that hard. If you memorize these percentages, you can memorize these percentages and ratios. It just takes a lot of time. And if you do know that, what I'm telling you is, trust me, you'll stay away from a lot of bad bets. You'll stay away from a lot of bad bets, because you know the probabilities of that number coming up is like, that's why it's, what is it? On a 2 table, the aces and 12 is 2.78% to throw that. That's how low it is. 16.67% is the highest, and that's the highest you can get on a set of dice. So those two numbers, it's 2.78% to throw it for it to come up, because that's the percentage it comes up. That's how low it is. Now, the casino will make on each one of those bets, aces and 12, the casino makes in the long run 13.89%. That's what they make. Out of $100, they make $13.89 on the long run off those bets. And you can see the percentage and what the casino makes on you throwing that number has nothing to do with their percentage of money. Has nothing to do with it. It's you throwing and trying to hit that number. You're bucking 13.89%, because all the other numbers, if you add up all the numbers, it comes to I think it's 100. I think it's 100.01. But everybody just says 100%. So that's what you're bucking. So when I told that guy that, I told him, do you know that only comes up one time out of 36 combinations? And for you to throw that, you're bucking 13.89%. That's it, because 13.9% is all the other numbers, and your number is only 2.78%, and it's the hardest to come up. So the guy actually stopped betting that bet. I said, you can bet it, but remember what I said: use money management when you do that. So, and then he started asking me more questions. I said, oh man, I just want to play the game. So, but I was helping him out. I gave my card. They said they're watching the show. I think one guy was named Nick, and I can't remember the other guy's name. But they said they're going to watch the show. I told them they can get my book on craps and blackjack and roulette. So so I just wanted to make sure that people understand a two format and a 4 format. There's a big difference. And a lot of people don't know that. Now that 1% more the casino is keeping, it's in the millions. It's in the millions and millions of dollars that the casino is keeping that $1. Think about it. If you got, say in one day, like the casino has to make $1 million a day to stay in business. That's the cost. The rooms are $30. It costs them $30 to clean the room. So why are they charging $200 to sleep in a room that people don't stay in? So I just know these things because I want to know them. And so the 2 and 4 table, there's a big difference. If you get 1 million people betting just in Las Vegas alone, they're keeping that $1 and it's $1 million. Think about that, $1 million every single day, 24/7. Now it could be more than that. There could be 2 million people them keeping that $1 for a 4 format. Now don't go crazy and start looking for these tables, 2 tables, 2 format tables. You can go downtown, and I think El Cortez might have one. I think the California, I'm not sure. Now I'm gonna explain this. This is really a trip, because when me and a couple of the dealers in Vegas, when in California, when I used to do the gigs, because I dealt there for about 15 years. When I left here at the MGM Corporation, I went back to California, and I dealed all the games I dealed. And we used to come up to the table, and sometimes Dave Martinez, he's a dealer that I kind of taught. He deals 4 games and kind of taught me. He's pretty good. He became a very good dealer, and I taught him the MGM Corporation way. So he can probably get a job there if he wants. So we walk up to the table, and I look at the table, and I said, oh, it says 31-4-1, but it's a 4. It says 4, but it's not a format table. It's a 2 table, because they tried to entice the players to say, oh, look at this pays 31 for one, and that table pays 30. No, if it's a two table, it says 32-1, and this table says 31-4-1. It's the same table because it's still they're giving you the other dollar. It's just people don't understand what 4 format and a 2 format means. So if you see a table that says 31 on aces and 12 4-1, it's a 2 table. If it says same thing, ace deuce and 11, it says 16-4-1, it's a 2 format table. Those are good tables to play because you can ask for your dollar down or when you win and say and down, because the dealers will keep it up. They always want to keep those extra dollars up. So if you bet 4 numbers and you win that one number, they're going to keep $4 back up from the money they're supposed to give you. If you say and money down, they're going to give you well, actually, they're going to give you the 4 back, but the one that you won, they don't minus that because it was 2 to bet. That was the only bet you bet out of the 4 bets. So, but if you want to really fully understand this, go ahead and get my book. It's in the book Winning Ways. I put this stuff in there so you would fully understand it. This on craps. And everything's really explained in there on craps of all this stuff I'm talking about, the ratios, percentages. I teach you hedge bet and money management, and I actually do a what is it? I can't remember the name right now, but anyway, I play the game. What's it called, Aaron? No. Anyway, I do a simulation. But I don't think that's a word I use. But simulation on playing the game out of with $150. It's pretty interesting. And I go to hedge betting, part 1, part 2 in the book. But it's not complicated. These percentage and ratios, you can learn them yourself. It took me, I don't know, 3 months before I actually had them memorized. But I wanted to know them. Like I said, I come up against these engineers and mathematicians, and I want to know. I wanted to know because when I'm talking on the table and I'm the dealer, I'm supposed to know what I'm talking about. If I start spitting out saying to this mathematician, you're wrong, I better know what I'm talking about. So I made sure that that I understood these percentages and ratios for all these numbers and all these bets. So and then it changes if you make a different bet because the bet is a different bet. It could be the same number, but it's a different bet. If it's the same 10 or 4 or 7, it doesn't matter because it could be a hopping bet. It could be a place bet. It could be a lay bet. Whoa, that was a long one. It could be all these different bets. And I have all the percentages and ratios in my head. So that way I'll know when I'm talking to them, I know what I'm talking about. Gambling plays an idiot. What do you say? The first horse race I ever gambled on hit 3. What do you say? 3? Oh, 3 for 3 bet. Oh, pick 3? Is that a pick 3? Hit 3/3. I don't know what that means. Is that a pick 3?
3 out of 3.
Oh, 3 out of 3? Oh, did you? If you would have played the pick 3, you would have won the pick 3. That's pretty good. What's his name? Sandman. Don't even get the horse races come out and bigger. Just saying facts. Yeah, no, I understand that. I understand what you're saying. Sandman, go to episode. If you haven't been to episode 7 through 10, you got to watch all of them. I don't know why people are going to 7, and a lot of them skipped 8. They went to 9 or 10. I don't. I when I originally started 7. I thought I was going to just do one episode on horse racing. I already knew. You can hear me say it in episode 7. I'm like 2 minutes into it. I'm saying, oh, you know what? There's going to be another one. I can't do this all because all this information just came to my head. I said, I got to tell them about this. I got to tell them about that. And then when I was doing 2, I said, you know what? I'm not going to rush this. I'm not going to rush. I got to do 3. And I did 3. And then when I was into 3, I says, you know what? I got more stuff I got to tell them. So I made 4. So there's 4 of them. You go to 1, 7, all the way to 10, and trust me, I'll open your eyes to horse racing and just blow your mind. Just watch it and trust me. There's information in there I guarantee you don't know. You just don't, because I learned that stuff from these guys that when I first met him, Gary. When I met Gary, he was 53, and I think I was 33. And then all the other guys that we sat with, Fred, Joe, those two Joes and Fred, these guys were all in their 70s, 75, 80 years old. These guys had so much experience, all these 7 guys, that I sat there with my unemployment check. And I learned, there was another guy there, young. He was probably a little bit younger than me. All he wanted to know was what horse, who was going to win. Didn't care how, just wanted to know who was going to win. I says, I want to know why he won. I want to know why he lost or why the favorite didn't win. I want to know why. So, because I knew that these guys weren't going to be around. I was going to be by myself someday. What RTJ Farm? Oh, wow. I want to gamble. We all want to gamble. Gamble smart, though. You got to gamble smart. I know I'm getting off here, but man, like I said, I got all this information, these stories. Like he was saying, I want to gamble. Yes, we all want to gamble, especially when we win. When I came out of the horse races, years later, when I came out after, I don't know how many years went by, 4 or 5, and I wanted to know why I kept losing or why I wasn't winning some big races or wasn't winning a lot of money. Sometimes I'd come out there with I go to $400. I'd give them the whole $400 by the time race 5. And I go, I don't understand why didn't I win it. Why did I know if that horse was going to win or not? I just started asking myself these questions. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna tear down the game and because what I learned from Gary, and I said, I'm gonna stop betting because I just got to be playing the race. No, you don't have to be playing the race. You can watch a race or just play a pick 3, and those horses you have, don't play them because you already have them bet in your pick 3s. Don't double bet. So that's what I did, and then I start doing a little bit more hedge betting, and then I just start paying more attention to what I was doing, and I noticed my dollar was going a longer way, but when I did that in horse racing, I did the same thing when on the crap table, because I went from horse racing to the crap table, and then blackjack came later and roulette way later. Because you blow your mind what I got in the book on roulette. It'll just blow your mind how to play roulette. I'm doing it mathematically. It's not a system. It's a method of mathematics. So I did the same thing on crap table, and I became a way better crap player. I mean, way better. And then later on, I wanted to learn because I would hear here and there what the percentage was. So I wanted to find out everything about it. So that's what I did. I just totally learned every percentage, all the percentage and all the ratios. Whatever number it was, doesn't matter what, all the bets. I learned all those. I had to learn them all. It was way over, I think it was like 100, I can't remember, it was like 120. And I'm talking about craps, blackjack, and roulette. All those percentages and ratios, I learned and memorized on those games. And a little bit of mini Bach, like the banker, is 1.06%. The player is 1.24%. That's a percentage. That's the difference, and they take that 5% from the banker. I always play banker because that's why they usually you're probably going to hit a little bit more, but it doesn't mean you're going to. But you will see that mathematically it's a better play. And the other thing, the tie, like I said, don't play that tie. Is 14.36% for the casino. That's huge. That's $14.36 in the long run. They're keeping. Don't play that tie because it only pays 8-1. 8-1. In other words, if you bet it, keep betting it, and you win it by the 9th time, you didn't win. You're still in the casino for it. If you bet $1 or $5, you're still in the casino for that one number because you went over 8 because it pays to the bet, not for that, or to the bet. So you can't go over. So that's why I teach money management in aces and 12, because a lot of people like playing Yo 11 or box cars, or a lot of people don't play aces. It's the same thing. Box cars or 12 and aces, or they call them snake eyes. Those percentage of ratios are exactly the same. So, but a lot of people don't. They just, for some odd reason, they like playing box cars or midnight. They call it midnight. So But I teach all that because people really need to know what you're playing against, because your adversary is the casino, and their percentage is already built in. What? I want to go to Las Vegas and try our best luck. Him gambling, you say? Gambling, you say? But yeah, these ratios and percentages, it really opens up your eyes to when you want to know what are good and bad bets. I'm sure there's people now are not playing these bets like on hard ways, 6 and 8. I don't play 6 and 8. I rarely play it. The only time I play it is when you get a shooter. If you get a shooter, I've done this before, not very often. If I catch a shooter and I'm already up, say if I buy in for $500 and I'm way up, say I'm up $1,500, $2,000, and this guy's shooting 6 and 8 hard, I'll play him. That's the only time I'll play it, because you do not want to buck the shooter. If this shooter's shooting, you got to jump on him. I have gambled and got, what is that, 1? Anyway, I have 1, 6 and 8. I don't care for it because it comes up too much soft. There's only one way to hit a 6 and 8 hard, and there's 5 ways to lose it. So that's why I don't like playing it. Let me make sure I get that right. There's 5 ways. Yep, the 7 and the soft ways, because you can only hit it one way, and it's a hard way. And I talk about hard ways, aces and 12. There's only one way. The ratio to me is 1 out of 12, because there's those 2 cubes you're playing with. There's 12 sides, and it only comes up one way out of the 2 cubes. So you're using 12 sides, and it comes up once. So if 1 3 is on top, and that die is over spinning, the ratio is 1 of 6. That other 3 is going to come up, because there's 6 sides on that one die. You're using 12 sides total. I talk about this a lot because I run into mathematicians. They agree with everything I say till the end, because I know they think, because I'm using 2 sides of it, but it only comes up one time. What I'm talking about only comes up one time out of 12. It is 1 out of 36 combinations, but there's only 12 sides on the dice you're playing. So these these ratios, these percentages I'm going to talk about, because I'm really getting off here, but like I said, man, I got all this information in my head. Like if you get on a, let's just say you want to bet a 7, even if the game is going, don't call it 7. If the game is going, don't yell out 7. Call it Big Red. That's the nickname, Big Red. So the dealers know what it is. It's a 7. They'll put whatever denomination you want to hedge bet. You can put that on 7. Just say, let me have this on Big Red. Where's Brett? He's home. Sicky poo. I think he's drinking Gerber's baby food. So anyway, yeah, if it's a 4 table, it'll pay you 4 to 1. If it's a no, so what did I say? 4? No, a 4 format. It doesn't matter. It pays you 4, whatever 4, because a 2 table will pay you 4 to 1. 4 format will pay you gambling. I have a gambling problem. So did I. Trust me. Go look at my episode 7 of horse racing. I'll tell you the whole story. Believe me, you'll start crying. So anyway, a 4 format says 5 4 1, but it's the same thing. You'll get paid 4, whatever denomination, it'll be 4. Now that percentage is 16.67%. That's the highest percentage you can get on a set of dice. So a lot of times whatever I'm betting on the pass line, sometimes I say 3-way action on 7, because there's no point yet. So I just say 7 because there's no point. You can do it in the beginning when there's no point. You can do that. So I just say 7, and a lot of times I win it because the dice is set up to come up 7. So so you can do that, but that percentage, that ratio is 6 out of 36 combinations, but it's set up to come up. That's why it comes up a lot. So and then you got, like I said, the hard 6 and 8. I don't play it because there's 5 ways I can lose it. Only one way I can win it. Hard 4 and 10 I do play. My favorite is hard 4. That is, oh, by the way, that 6 and 8 is 9.09%. That's what the casino makes in the long run. $9.09 in the long run. The 10, 4 and 10 is 11.11%. There's two ways to lose that. Only one way to win that. It's not because I can. It's 2 times less to not to win it. Is because when I first started playing craps, the first time I ever walked up a crap table, there was a guy in the corner playing hard 4, and the damn number was coming up. And I go, "What's this hard 4 stuff?" And I know nothing about proposition bets, but he kept hitting that. He had the hard 4 3 times when I was standing there. I was only there for, God must have been there 15 minutes, and I was with my cousin, God rest his soul, George, and I said, I'm going to play it with that guy saying. So I threw my $5 out there. What did it say? Thanks, Richard. Yeah. What did it say? What is the at louder? Oh, he's just tagging. Oh. Thank you very much. We all don't know. We all were there. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. My daughter's probably gonna wonder why I said this. I was told. I'm not gonna say who. I was told when I talk about this information. See, I was gonna say stuff. When I talk about this information, I'm not very educated. Trust me. I graduated from high school. Yes, I can. Brett's a pretty good speaker, but he went to school for broadcasting. Uses words very well, and I to my daughter when I think in my head, very good, very well. My daughter's very educated. That's why she catches me a lot, but that's not who said it. There was a person that did say it, and I says, you know what? When I talk, when I speak on these shows, I want the listener to know I'm not this guy from Harvard or Yale or coming out here. Hey, you better listen to me and listen to the way I talk. I'm educated. No, I'm just like you. I didn't know nothing about these games. No, I don't have a fantastic education. High school, that was it. But I'm good with numbers. I was always good in math. So when I do tell you and I think about it, I said I wish I could have explained it a different way. But I'm just like you. I'm exactly like you guys. I mean, you guys could be smarter, of course, but I'm just saying the average person or less average person or whatever can learn what I learned. That's what I told him. I says, you know what? I don't care. I'm explaining something that at least they know that I wasn't some genius. That's why I can catch all these numbers and percentages, and that's why I keep in my head. That's not why. I wanted to know. If you want to know, you can memorize these. Trust me, you can memorize them. You just got to put in the effort to memorize them. And when you get tired of going to that ATM machine, believe me, you start to remember, try to remember these percentages and ratios. You should. Like in blackjack card counting. I know card counting. I know both ways. There's the MIT way, and there's I just call it the John Patrick way. But there's 2 ways of card counting. I don't like the MIT way. I think there's a flaw in it. I got it in my book. I don't remember what number it is, but I prove it in that page because I know why they don't count 7, 8, 9. I know why they do that. Those guys were geniuses. But you got to remember something. Those guys took something that was given to them and didn't bother to look, is there another way of counting cards? Did they do that? You got to remember, this is way back in 90. This is in the early 80s. It was even some in the 70s. Card counting was very new. Edward Orr Thorpe, he shoved everything in an IBM 704 computer and spat out all the calculations. So did they ever think about, because I talked to Anthony Curtis. He was on my show, episode 14, and we talked about card counting and the MIT team, and he knew some of those guys. He's a pretty cool guy. Anthony Curtis has his show, his website here, Las Vegas Advisor. So go to that. You want to get discounts on hotels, rooms, and all that. Who's not charging for parking? But anyway, did they ever bother to ask why? Or was it another way of card counting? Because I learned John Patrick's method first. I'm giving John Patrick a plug. I learned all the way back in '95 to use that method. and they use all the cards. Now I know why the MIT team or the Edward Thorpe method. I think it's called Bringing Down the House. That book. I know why they do it because they use the ace as a 10 value card. I don't think they should do that because that card is an ace is a 11 and a 1, and I know why they don't count them because the way they're neutral. So all the 2 through 6 and the ace through Jack, 10, King, Queen, they do a push on all the cards. So they cancel out each other. And then you have the 3, 7, 8, 9 left. And they don't count them at all. So everything, those cards, if they don't count those cards, what does it say? North Venom's Casino. Where's that? Yeah, no. Vemos? But yeah, but anyway, that's why they do it. But they use 7, 8, 9 when they split them and they double down with them. So they are using them, but they're not counting them. I understand. I understand that system, but I'm telling you, that's why they lost half the money. I think it was in '95. I think they won a total of what was it, $8 million. They lost half the money. I think because that counts. It's not a. Because in my book I take. I can't remember how many cards there are. 153 cards. I take out those cards. I do the exact same scenario. You take. The count starts at, I think it's 0, and it's supposed to end at 0. If you're using a 6-deck shoe, well, actually 3 decks. 3 decks would be, you're counting 3 decks. So the count, I think the count ended at, on the John Patrick's method, ended at 53. And you get you become rich at 49, so it was way over. It was 4 over, but those same cards, the scenario I did, they were supposed to end at 0, and it doesn't end at 0. It's supposed to, but it doesn't end. So that's why that method to me is off because the count was off. You just got to go into my book and look at it, and you'll see. I use exactly the same cards. Excuse me.
The translation.
Yeah, let's see what. See you at the casino. Spanish. Well, that's what the translation is. Okay, so. Hope I ain't getting sick. So anyway, so that's why I use the hard. I didn't mean to get off, but like I said, I go into something and I start thinking of this. I use a hard 4, and I made some pretty good money off the hard 4. And then you got C and E. C and E is craps 2, 3, 12, and 11. C and E. That's 11.11%. I use those as a hedge bet. And then you got any craps, which is 11.11%. If you'll see on some of my crap videos, whenever you play, you're hedging off of the table on $5 on the pass line. You hedge. Wow, that's a long one. Some guy swear. But anyway, they. I want to hurry up and get it. I don't got that much time. Any crap, use any craps because you make $1 more. It'll pay 8 for 1 or 7 to 1. And C&E, if it's a 4 format, they're going to keep the $1. Or if you use $2 C&E, you're going to lose $2. But I go in those scenarios on hedge betting on the come out. The horny bet, that's 12.5%. The casino keeps $12.50 in the long run. A horn bet. Those are 4 bets, and if that's a 2 format. If you run into a 4 format, Lexi, I love how the friends call me when they want to gamble at the end. Nope, I'm winning. They want to call you when you're winning. Lexi, that's Yaki, my son's daughter's name. Lex. Anyway, so. That bet now 12.5% is a 2 table. If you go to a 4 format, it's 16.67%. So you can see it's the percentage is a lot higher because it's a 4 format. So try to find a 2 format. if you can. If not, don't worry about it. Okay, if you bet what is it? Horn High? Is it a Horn High Easy? I think it's well. Anyway, if you play 3 ace deuce and 11, that is 12.22% for the casino in the long run. These are all in the long run. Aces and 12 is 12.78% in the long run. I think if you go to Horn High any, they all go up to 16.67%. So all these bets you're making on the proposition bets, they're not good bets. None of them are good bets. The stick man's the one that gets care of those, and if you bet those, use those to hedge bet. And I do teach hedge betting and money management in my book and all of my videos. Delatory 360 Entertainment. I'll teach you on some of the early ones on craps. You'll see I have a felt here, and I go over them because I had those checks or chips stuck, so I can show you there. And then I start doing it on the layout. What? My dad and I split a $10 bet at the, I don't know what that, out baseball? Oh, to the, what is it? Oh, the Nationals tied at 400. I don't know. What's that? You got the minus. No, it looked like a minus. Was that? Oh, a plus. See out here, it looks like a minus unless I do. Yes, I talk about that on. We talked about that on football. If you go back to, I don't know what episode that was, I did hedge bet. I almost won that bet with the Bears. I almost won that bet. I put up 110, which the vig was $10. Put up 110 for the Bears to flat out win, and then I think I took what was it, the Hawks? I took them on, I think it was a money line. I can't remember. It was one of them. Anyway, I almost won the bet. The Bears were winning by 2 touchdowns by halftime, and I thought I won. I was going to win. I put up 220 total, and I got back $90 because I won one of the hedge bets. But if I would have won, the Bears would have kept, the defense would have kept them from, I think it was the Seattle Seahawks, I think it was. I would have won $575. So I just made the bet. I was hedge betting. So hedge betting is the greatest move in craps. It's the greatest move in sports betting. Yes, you can do that. Pick another team where you think that everybody thinks they're going to win, but if it looks like that team has a way better chance, and if they're laying the odds, or whatever odds you're getting, I mean, you can do it. You can bet a little bit more money, and you might hedge bet against your bet that if you think you're going to lose, hedge bet against it, because hedge betting does not mean you're going to get your full amount of money. You're hedge betting against your bets, good and bad bets, or hedge betting and getting some of the money back. What? Back to back to back, easy money. What's his name? What's that? Zaid. Anyway, thank you guys for your Twitter. I really appreciate that. I was going to tell you, man, I keep forgetting this. Aaron, I always forget. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel here so you get all the notifications. Not only this show, there's other shows. We got the wrestling show, Thoughts Count Anyway. That show is becoming really huge. If you guys want to go to the UWW Women's Wrestling, Go Live Vegas Studios here you can go on and get those tickets. They're $5.99 right now, all the way to July 8th. July 9th, I think it's $9.99 at the door, or after that, I think it's $49 if you want to see it live at the Sahara Casino. But hopefully I might be the Steadicam operator there. I had a quirk in my back, and I hope it's good by then. And but it's going to be great. This is 2. They already did 1. This is 2. They're planning on doing 3. But if you want to get those tickets, you call here. What is it? 855-502-4321. Or what's the other number? I don't even know the other number. I always use the 4321 number. You can get those tickets and live stream it. You can see it sitting there with your pizza, throwing soda and whatever on your shorts, your boxers. You can watch it at home. But anyway, we have a lot of good shows here, but that show's getting really popular. Aaron, yes, Phillips, I'm giving you a plug because I think that's a great show. It has a lot to do with professional wrestling and all the whatever's coming up on wrestling. They have that on that show, and that show's at 9 o'clock, or that was 9, right? I think it's 9 o'clock. But hey, you awake? So anyway, but all these percentages and ratios, I want to let you know, these proposition bets, they're if you get lucky and hit them in the beginning, that's great. I see a lot of people, what they do is they hit these bets, right? And what do? They press them up. Now, if you want to play them again, what? In the front of the small wager, I got the wrestling to sleep and eat. I can't repeat. I want to. This eye I'm seeing really blurry. So anyway, these proposition bets. What I see people doing, where they're making a mistake. They'll say they hit a 12, and I'm going to use 12. Say if they hit a 12, you know what they do? They turn around. I ain't gonna say that word. What they do is they press it up. Hey, you know what the ratio is? You hitting that? It's 1 in 36 combinations. I'm hitting a 12 back to back, or 2.78% to hit that. That's crazy. You hit it the first time or second time, don't play it no more because you're already up. You can use that money, and I teach money management. You can use that to either press a bet or take another number. Don't put it back. The only time I've ever seen, I probably shouldn't tell you this, the only time I've ever seen somebody win a ton of money making proposition bets, this was weird. We were all playing craps. This guy comes to Boulder Station. I was at Boulder Station at the time. He walks up to the table when we already made our point, and the table is doing pretty good. What does he do? He takes C&E, he takes 12, and then he takes a horn bet. He takes all those bets. That's 6 bets. And then he take a flat 11. He took all these bets, and everybody's whatever this guy's on, because we didn't think nothing of it. This son of a bitch hits a horn bet. I think he hit the 12 on the horn bet. So he hit the horn bet on the 12 on the horn bet, and then he hit 12 straight up. And I think he had $5 on all of them, and he won pretty good. What does he do? He says, "Press me up." So he added another, each one of them $5. Guess what happened? He had another horn bet, and everybody was going, "What?" And I just stopped playing. I said, "Let me see what this guy's doing." He hit him again, but this time he didn't do that. All of them, he put $15 more. So now he had, I think it was $25 on all these bets. Guess what happened? He hit it again. I think he hit 12. And everybody, you could hear him all pissed off. "Oh, who's this idiot? Do you think they send him here for?" Casinos don't do that. So whatever you think, that doesn't happen. Those days are over. The mob doesn't run this no more. That stuff don't happen. There's no magnet under the table. Army website bet. Thanks, Richard. Like her much. He won 4 times in a row, and then he pressed it again. And I go, I gotta watch this. And all of a sudden, they were actually. The box man was helping the stick man, because all those bets, I think you have to whatever they pay, and they have to minus the bets that didn't win because they put them back up. They don't give you all the money. They want you to lose those bets. The 5th time he threw the dice, he lost. You know what he did? He cashed in. I think he cashed in. It was 4,000. What was it? 4,300 and something. He won, and then he got his money, and we saw the guy walk back up those stairs and go, "Where did this guy come from?" And then the stick man told me, "Oh, that guy comes there. That guy comes. We see that guy sporadically, and he bets he comes in and he just bets this." And I go, "That's kind of interesting." He walks in and wins these 4 times in a row. But the casino's not cheating. Trust me. They can get fined $100,000 if they get cheating. And you can file I'm going to tell you this because I'm really pissed off at a couple of casinos that I've been at throughout the years. You can file either on the floorman, the stickman, or any of the dealers, or the boxman. It's called a Riots Act. A lot of people don't know about this. It's called a Riots Act. And you can ask for those papers, and you fill out your complaint. And that if they can prove, if the eye in the sky, whatever, or any argument, those people have to go before, I think it's a shift manager, and they have to explain what happened. And if something really went wrong or bad, it's on. If they can get it on tape, you get the name of the. You need to get the name of the guy, the number of the table, and the time that you were playing, and you write it on that Riots Act. And those guys do not want one of those because they can get written up. So I'm just letting you know. There's a lot of stuff that I, as a dealer, a lot of dealers don't know a lot of the stuff that I know, but I wanted to know it, so I actually weasel my way into people that really should be telling me things. The only people that know a lot of the stuff that goes on into the casino, the ins and out, are the when you become floor. When you become floor, oh, that's in Spanish. Oh, she loves me. Gigi loves me. That book is about this thick. Let me see. Oh, it's about this thick. That's how thick that book is. You have to know all those regulations, and you have to abide by the casino. Once you become floor, you have to study that book because you're supposed to know everything. So I just know what I know throughout the years. Surveillance. I know a lot about surveillance. Like I said before, dealers and surveillance are not supposed to. They're not supposed to talk to us. It's a different entity. They can't. You can't become friends because next thing you know, you'll be using them as an agent. You can have people, the former or dealers coming in and cheating at the tables. That's why you can't. They just don't let you talk, and they're told not to talk to us. And I did tell that story here. What I got, Aaron? So, but anyway, yeah, I did want to tell you these percentages on proper position bets. I do use them to hedge bet. Like I do show you ways to hedge bet using proposition bets. When you play, let's just say you play an $30 8, and you play a $5 hard 8, you are hedge betting because if it comes up soft, if it comes up hard, you'll win them both. But it comes up soft, you win you'll win $35 for your $30 on an 8. Well, you'll lose the hard 8, but you can take $5 of those dollars and replace it on the hard 8. You can do that because you're using your profit. And I do show you all this stuff in my book on craps. Now, blackjack people out there want to learn to card count. Card counting's in there. You want to become a card counter, just keep it to yourself because it will come back to bite you. Don't tell you a bunch of your drunken friends because they'll start yelling that card counting doesn't work on the table. That happened to me. So roulette, trust me, it'll blow your mind. It's mathematically what I show you on the roulette, and you should only be playing first, second, and third 12 or the columns. That's it. You don't play nothing else. Don't play no straight up numbers, no split bets, no street bets, corner bets. Don't play none of that. Just first, second, and third 12s, and that's it. I guess I'm going to say goodbye here. This Full Tilt Vegas, Go Live Vegas Studios. Don't forget, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit the bell. You get all the notifications of all our shows here. And you guys are interested in seeing that wrestling, women's wrestling, you can buy that here, $5.99. They'll be streamed, and that's a good discount because you can see it at home or wherever you're at. So, okay, I'm going to say goodbye here from Las Vegas. It's 103 today. Thank you very much.